Welcome to the bold analysis. Where is Mumbi Saki? The story about this lady activist that has gone missing for the last 3 days is very confusing. And I'm wondering whether this is something that should be taken, because it's actually trending now. Just days at a time the country is laying the red carpet for the Netherlands king, whom has also yielded to the public pressure and is now putting up his voice on the violation of human rights. I thought, for those who don't know this lady, I have a collection of some of his videos I want to play for you after you subscribe. So take a minute and subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Subscription is absolutely free. I know some people have been asking me, Kevin, so if you subscribe, nitakatwa pesa? No, it's not like the one you subscribe for Netflix or DSTV. No, on this one, it's just you click when you are logged in through your email or something. So that beauty here is you are also going to support the channel. By subscribing, you'll get notifications, and when you click, that's how we are going to get ad streams. Now, for those who don't know Mumbi Saki, these are just a collection of some of his episodes.
So I've seen Ati Nabi has gone to Eastleigh. You guys think it's just Ati a tour of the city. Energy harvesting. They are so desperate for energy. And you know what happened is, the Brotherhood kind of rejected Nabi. They don't fully accept him. That's why when you even saw Charlie coming to town, Mudavadi had to be there, because there had to be someone from the Brotherhood to Nene. And when he realized that, that's why now Nabi went and put a Muslim altar in State House. That's why the whole vibe changed. From the way it used to look colonial, now it's looking Arabic. And he came together with the Muslims and the Ismailis, so the Costarian Muslims, the Yemenis Muslims, the Shasha, whatever, Ismailis. He came together, and that's now his altar. So when he was going through Mandera, Nini, he was gathering energy. But that energy was cut by the Isiolo youth. When they rejected him, it's like they cut that train and he went home empty. That's why he was so bitter. And the Subaru boys were there like that night. Anyway, his time is running out. And there's several prophets who have said, Sijui, they don't see him reaching the end of March. Sijui, they don't see him reaching the end of April. Prophets Wanguvu, by the way. And so now, that's why he's in his Isili family. Trying to get something for the gods. The gods need food. And he needs to be there, especially Ramadan. He's just there. Anyway, as I told you, all altars, all foreign altars are being uprooted, because the Most High has decided that it is time, and now is the time for Kenya to be free. One way or another, a new dispensation is coming in. It's actually already, the transition has actually already begun. And if you know, you know. Ati, after Nancy Gavungu, that's her name, family, the Auditor General, has exposed money being taken from Hustler Fund, EduHelp, Shift Shaft Shop, whatever that wizardry is, and 1.3 trillion disappearing or being removed irregularly. Now the Orange wants to remove her. And they don't even have the power to do it. Like, these guys, do they even read the Constitution? How do you become a member of parliament and you don't even know the basics? The Auditor General cannot be removed by a petty act, a vindictive act in parliament. Thank God. I thank the Lord every freaking day for our Constitution, family, because if it wasn't for that, we'd be already... You're not going to believe this. Shah, the scam of a health system that's not even working, is not owned or controlled by the government. It's owned by a private firm. After the government spent over 103 billion shillings And the Auditor General is saying it doesn't even make sense, or it doesn't add up why the system costs so much and then the government is not even running it. Guy, so who's running our health system? You know, this is a national security. This is like the way they were trying to sell JKIA. Who has all our patient data? Who is in our national health system? And some human rights organization needs to check how many people have died, because this is a human rights abuse.
Her episodes. Now that is Mumbi Saki. That lady has been missing for the last 3 days. And I want us to get what has been shared in public. Information from a mutual WhatsApp group is that she got involved into a terrible accident on Saturday morning. Her car and most of her prized belongings like phones, IDs, all burnt up. She made it alive with minor hand and head injuries. There should be no mention head injuries. This story is not adding up. That is one version. I want us to listen to another version. Yes, there is another version that says she was in company, she was called to meet a friend who is a lawyer. And after meeting this lawyer is when she got involved in an accident and her car got burnt. I am not buying this story, and the whole thing doesn't, and so according to what they're saying is, after that, she was taken to the hospital. So today, on 2 days, she's been discharged. And now, of course, now rejoined his family and friends. So many questions are pending. The kind of an accident where even phones and IDs get burnt. When someone says phones and IDs get burnt, that probably, and of course she was drugged, so she was unconscious. That is that bit of it. Such an accident cannot go unnoticed. One way or the other, with the social media trend going on, you must see the wreckage of that vehicle somewhere. Gari imepata ajali and it goes up in flames. You want to tell me it can be in a place Saturday morning where no one takes a photo or video of something going on? Number two, if you get in an accident, I got involved in one last year around Salga on my way home. I thank God I survived because God decided that was not our time. Yeah, my other channel one day I'll explain what exactly happened. An accident where your phone, I want to believe if you are driving, if your phone is not around the drivers, up kwa dashboard, then it's somewhere around the driver. It goes up in flame, the phone gets up, and ID could be in your pocket and probably your bag or purse. And the driver doesn't have bands. The driver doesn't have bands, but sasa hiyo. So that story is not even adding up. Number three, the accident happened on Saturday morning, allegedly Saturday morning. The family reported she's been missing for 3 days. The story now was trending today. She can be in a hospital bed and no Kenyan noticed that is Mumbi Saki. Come on. The whole thing look a script, and the script is not really adding up. The thing is not adding up. The accident narrative doesn't seem to look truth. Doesn't seem to look truth. This is happening at a time when so many other issues are coming up. By the way, we've not been shown the wreckage. Okay, so even where is the report of the police? Because I believe your Gary, Atakam, it went up in flames. If it got burnt completely, then you also need to wonder which kind of accident is that? Which kind of an accident is that, by the way? Was the car faulty or something? Someone said she was under substance, under influence. But that narrative doesn't seem to come up. As someone who is in public space, I think there is nothing that will stop her from making sure that someone takes the photo and shares to the public. This is happening at a time, and of course, people say that report that has come out is a doctored one to wink and to twist the narrative that it was an abduction. Because for the better part of Tuesday, the country has been saying, is it an abduction? So this is happening at a time when the Netherlands king is visiting the country. And she's been leading the onslaught against this visit. Remember, 22,000 spam messages on King's social media handles. And when he was coming in the country, he actually got wind of the kind of rage going on and actually put up his voice on this matter of human rights violation.
That is proud of its economic performance, its democracy and institutions, and its constructive and impactful international role. We attach great value to our cooperation with Kenya. This visit shows just how closely our interests are aligned and how strong our ties have become. And not just our governments, but also our businesses, our NGOs, and the many private partners in Kenya and the Netherlands who have teamed up on joint initiatives. We believe in the future of Kenya, a future that will be determined by the Kenyan people. With a population whose average age is 20, your country is fortunate that it can rely on the ideas and energies of millions of young citizens. The people of Kenya, like those of the Netherlands, want their rights as free citizens to be respected and their voices to be heard. I am pleased that our country's strong and mature relationship allows us to devote attention during this visit to issues like human rights, good governance, and accountability. We are grateful to have the opportunity to discuss the concerns that exist in these areas. Later this morning, at the Ambassador's residence, we will be meeting young Kenyans to hear their views on recent developments. What opportunities do they see to build a bright future for the country they love? A future in which everyone can participate on an equal footing. Legal certainty has a fundamental role to play in this respect and is also essential for Kenya's economic development. Our visit reflects the full breadth of our partnership and the dialogue between us. We are very much looking forward to the coming days. And this will be a wonderful opportunity, Mr. President, to meet Kenyans from many different backgrounds and to foster even closer ties.
Something must be done. And I believe Edwin Sifuna, the ODM Secretary General, owes the country an explanation. There was a very beautiful speech by Sifuna in Kakame, in Machakos, over the weekend. He said that there are things they agreed with the president. That there should be no more abductions. So,
nilikuwa najua tukitoka pale kuna watu wataenda kusema kitu ambayo haiko ndani ya hiyo mkataba. Wataenda kusema ni hii na sio hiyo. Wengine ni hawa marafiki zetu waandishi wa habari. Mimi naamka siku moja naona headline hapo ati Sifuna ametoroka rais kwa mikutano yake ya Nairobi. Hakuna mahali kwa hiyo mkataba inasema katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM atakuwa anaenda mikutano na rais. Hakuna mahali inasema huyu senator ambaye amechaguliwa na UDA ati baba akiwa na mikutano yake hapo ati lazima akue hapo. Niliona mheshimiwa Raila ulikuwa Kiambu kwa mazishi ya Wayaki. Sikuona SG wa UDA hapo. kwa sababu huo mkataba hauzungumzii haya maneno, na rais mwenyewe anajua. Nilisikia akiambia watu wa Nairobi kila mtu afanye kazi yake. Mimi sitapitishwa kura kwa sababu ya mikutano ngapi nilihudhuria tukiwa na rais. Kazi yangu ni pale Senate, nitafanya, yeye afanye yake. 2027 wananchi wafanye nini? Waamue. Na baba, mimi baada ya kusaini hiyo kitu, unajua kazi yangu ni rahisi sana. Mimi nakaa na marking scheme tu. Nakaa na marking scheme. Siku na agenda 10 pale. Iwapo Mkenya mwingine yeyote atachukuliwa na polisi ati abducted, afichiwe mahali, chama cha UDA na kiongozi wake William Ruto watakuwa wamekeuka mkataba ambao tumeandikisha. Iwapo polisi wa Kenya hawatawajibika, watoe fidia kwa familia za watu ambao walipoteza maisha yao kulingana na jinsi ambavyo huo mkataba unasema, Mheshimiwa William Ruto na chama chake cha UDA watakuwa wamekiuka mkataba wetu. Iwapo kufikia mwaka huu wa fedha kaunti zetu hazitapokea bilioni 450 kulingana na vile tumesikizana, UDA na party leader wao watakuwa wamekiuka mkataba na chama cha ODM. Hiyo ndo kazi yangu tu, hakuna kazi nyingine. Tunataka wafuate vile tumesikizana. Kwa hayo mengi, nataka nichukue fursa hii nimkaribishe kiongozi wa walio wengi ndani ya bunge la Senate, ambaye pia ni seneta wa Kericho, Mheshimiwa Aaron Cheruiyot, naye atoe rambirambi zake kisha mkaribishe speaker. Asante sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante Senator Sifuna. To our dear mom, Betty, together with your family.
If this is proven, we know Mumbi Saki was a very strong critic. She's a very strong critic of President Ruto. In Twitter, of course, she was a Twitter blogger. In Twitter. And with that, so many things are there. Some of us, we've always said that the other day we saw Kakasungura, some characters, and he shared that video. Actually went to pick, kaenda wakafrisk gari yake, then wakamwacha. So these things do happen, and no one is safe. By the way, I've always been saying that. Yeah, so we live with that every day, that we are in an environment where you never know, but you must remain bold. Because wamebaki wataendelea. Sifuna owes us as an explanation. He said something. The suppression of the incidences that looks like suppressing the voices of dissent. I've been saying, and I will repeat that here, that will be the president's greatest undoing. And if someone is advising that that is the right thing, then that is his enemy. The country is evolving, and if we insist on crushing dissidents, they're not going to. You'll crush 4 and another 4 will emerge. You'll crush 2, another 2 will emerge. It's not a space you can easily police. What is the effect? The Raila deal, it is going to desanitize and finish that Raila deal. Yeah, these are the things that Raila was standing for. I saw his interview saying he was vouching for the youth to be part of the conversation. This will make that Raila deal not yield its best. Number 2, the call for moment of freedom is emerging. In fact, the liberation call in 2027, I've seen the president's team saying they want to liberate the country from jaws of Gachagua. And the Gachagua Musyoka team also saying they want to liberate the country from President Ruto. Now, if the state will get into that narrative of liberation, the country will look for who is liberating us. Where is liberation? Is Ruto liberating us from Gachagua? Do we have any risk with Gachagua now that we're there? Gachagua is not even vying if things stand as they are. So if we get to the 2027 and successfully frame it as a liberation election, then we are going to make it more emotive. And one of the things that will be is we want to liberate the country from such occurrences. This might actually boil the rage by the young people. I was talking to a very senior member of this channel today in the on Tuesday evening, and he was telling me that there are things that the presidency should not forget. If you're not careful, by the time we will get to 2027, by the time we'll be getting to August, the June mood, the June 25th mood will be recreated. That mood might be in the country. Ruto's 2027 development pitch will be overshadowed by human rights violation. Even if you talk about those schools you've done, you talk about how the roads you're building, you talk about people that have gotten jobs in affordable housing, people that have gotten jobs abroad, all that will not have a space because the violation of human rights is a very emotive space. So on this one, we must really take care. And we understand that Mumbi Saki had been reunited with the family, but the whole thing looked scripted. Thank you.